SMT Nation, we back. Nation, this is consumer information that's going to be really important for a lot of you. I know a lot of you are T-Mobile customers, but just within the industry, there's a lot of things changing, and these are things you really need to know. All right, so we'll be covering these two items here in today's video. We're going to talk about T-Mobile changing their customer credit limits and how they can, get financing, lines and phones and things like that and devices. And approval for different types of things, but also we're going to be talking about what's going on with retail. There's a seismic shift coming. Okay, so let's cover those things in today's video. All right, link for the article that we'll be using for part of today's video will be in the description from the T-Mobile report. Also in the description is the real SMT Buy Me a Coffee link. Want to keep the SMT caffeinated and motivated and support your favorite creators? That's one way you could do it. Link in the description. And right now, if you're looking for a really good deal on wireless service, you can't beat Mint Mobile. Our partner, using our partner link, mintmobile.com/sneed, can unlock massive savings. They already offer great value and excellent customer care, but they just kicked it up a notch with the most recently announced deflation promo. All right, so using our partner link, you can get access to this great deal in which all plans are going to be $15 per month. So even the unlimited plan, which normally prices at $30 a month, let's go ahead and cut that in half and extend it to you for $15 per month. You simply can't beat this price point. The best value in the game. Check them out. Mint Mobile, our partner link in the description. Okay, so the first piece of news we'll cover today is how T-Mobile is going to be making changes to credit limits and how they kind of establish what you qualify for as a customer. Okay, so what T-Mobile is going to be doing now, and this is according to documents acquired by the T-Mobile report, is T-Mobile is going to basically create a new standard for the credit system. They're going to be reevaluating customer credit evaluations every 6 months after activation, when you open an account, or as long as you've had the account open. All right, now this, I guess the time frame for it is June 21st, so that's just, a couple weeks away at the time of this recording. But what I gather from this announcement, or I should say that this news, is that you can reach a well-qualified financing label or identifier a lot sooner now, right? This is something that T-Mobile frequently has been kind of like, I don't know, I say it had some disdain by customers in which, hey, I've been with T-Mobile a long time. Why aren't I getting, credit re-ratings and getting qualified for more phones? And why do I still have to put $600 down on an iPhone? These types of problems have been really frustrating to T-Mobile customers. After all, we've been seeing AT&T and Verizon kind of doing this for a long time, in which they frequently would upgrade, customer credit limits based on their history with the company, along with the, major three credit bureaus at the time of opening their accounts. So it's good to see T-Mobile finally kind of getting on board with the way that the other carriers have been evaluating, their customer credit more frequently and giving them more of an opportunity to finance things. So we know that a lot of customers in the United States finance through carriers. They do trade-in deals, and in order to take advantage of those options and those features, you have to have good credit and you have to have good history with the carrier. Now it seems like part of that equation is improving. Now keep in mind, if your credit was to fade or deteriorate or degrade over time, meaning over a 6-month span, you were late a couple of maybe 2-3 times, that's going to harm your credit rating with T-Mobile, right? So it works both ways. But regardless, your merit in credit is going to be as accurate and up to real time as possible, right? So having good tenure or having lots of tenure with lots of solid payments coming in on time allows you to have those options. Now, just as an aside, this does not impact Metro by T-Mobile customers in any way, shape, or form. So they're obviously going to have their own policies, which you'll have to kind of like read and inquire from the Metro side of things. But I think it's pretty good that they're doing this. In my opinion, reaching well-qualified seems more attainable than ever. They're going to evaluate you after 6 months. They'll evaluate you after a year. And who knows, maybe after 18 or 24 months, it puts you in a position to basically be able to finance any phones out of like 4 or 5 or maybe 6 lines on your account and gets you qualified for all those types of different trade-ins and things like that, which may be important to some people. And to the disdain those customers may have been upset with these lack of policy changes or adjustments in the past. So this means, in my opinion, I think this is a good indication. This is actually good for T-Mobile and their customers. So June 21st, look forward to that change, that policy change, and how that could impact you and help you actually. All right, now the second piece of news is a little bit more unofficial, and I want to throw this out there, and sticking to the end of this video, this is something you're probably going to want to know. If you are an existing T-Mobile customer, they're changing the policy for how you can upgrade your devices. And I can't say that this is official news, which is why I'm saying it's unofficial, but the individuals providing this information to me have been consistent, accurate, and precise about policy changes with T-Mobile in the past. So I have no reason to believe that they are lying to me or kind of putting me on a wild goose chase. I have some pretty high confidence in this, but again, it's not official until it's official and it comes out from T-Mobile. But they're transitioning away from retail. We've been seeing this. We've been watching this. People have been laid off. Retail, locations have been closing. Now they're going to move away from existing customers upgrading their devices in the store. They are moving towards existing customers to only be able to upgrade online through the website, on their app, or by phone. Okay, so that is a complete seismic shift over what we've seen for customers in the past. You walk in the store, you get connected to an agent, they access your account, say, hey, I want to upgrade, 3 of my lines today, and then they go on with the process. It sounds and looks to me like what T-Mobile wants to do is they want to designate the minimal amount of retail operations and interactions with customers who are switching, porting in from Verizon, AT&T, or whatever, a prepaid, big cable operator, whatever. So to kind of give you an example of how this might look, let's say you're an existing customer on T-Mobile, you've got an iPhone 11, you want to upgrade to an iPhone 14. Well, in this structure, you won't be able to do this in store. They would basically be shooing you away and sending you to the online process. Okay, so whether it's through the app, which is probably what they encourage, and then they would, or online on browser, or you could do it by phone. But they don't want you in the retail stores for this. Okay, so what you got is you have a complete cost evaluation. T-Mobile has evaluated their business operations to try to de-emphasize and eliminate as much retail space as possible. Obviously, it's an operational cost reduction. We've seen tens of thousands of job cuts at the company since the merger, so this would be a continuation in that direction. They could probably lay off more people with this announcement. I think, you saw what happened with T-Force last week, retail and job stores and location reductions. There's a lot of shareholder pressure. T-Mobile owes a lot to its shareholders. A lot of promises and corporate changes have been going on. Who do I think this impacts the most? I'd say probably the older folks who like going into stores and dealing with people. But it's definitely going to be, a kind of an elimination or a reduction of the retail presence. Carriers, for the most part across the industry, they want the carrier store model gone. They want to erase it. They want to pretend like it never happened. Okay, so what would that do? It eliminates rents. It eliminates liabilities. It eliminates leases, right? Long-term, short-term, whatever. A lot of risk will be eliminated. All right. Additionally, you've seen stores that have to have security because of theft, because of violent crime. You've seen, obviously, situations where, you have inventory that has to be counted and compromised in the case of break-ins. There's insurance that's involved. You would put more of this onus onto warehousing and fulfillment center type of setups, which would be much more cost effective and kind of give them, more of the streamlined costs and things like that. So the way I'm looking at this is very simple. The carriers, they want to move closer, or I think they're inching their way closer to completely eliminating retail. And T-Mobile's trying to accelerate that. All right, it's not that they want to completely close all the stores. They feel like there's enough customers. They'll continue to operate stores. But there will come a day, and I think it's sooner than we think, in which the retail operations, when it comes to traditional stores, is going to be, it's going to go extinct. I just think this is an indication that it's closer than we even know. But what do you guys have to think about these changes? Again, not official until it's official, but the internals that I've been discussing these things with I have a lot of confidence in them, and they've been right about pretty much everything in the past. So put it on the back burner, kind of store it away for a later time, because I do think that this will be coming. And based on all the things that have happened up to this point, it makes a lot of sense. What do you guys think? Sound off in the comment section below. You all the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.